Stop attacking our cities to hide your administration's failures. Unlike the Trump administration, Boston follows the law. And Boston will not back down from who we are and what we stand for. Boston will never back down from being a beacon of freedom and a home for everyone.
So the showdown over sanctuary policies comes to a head in Boston, and Democratic Mayor Michelle Wu defies a deadline from Attorney General Pam Bondi to comply with immigration enforcement. Joining us now is Patricia Hyde. She's Boston ICE Acting Field Office Director. It's good to have you here. I'm going to pull up for everybody here. This is call for number 1, I believe. The worst offenders released in Boston despite ICE detainers, and you've got some real winners on here, from rapists, sexual assaults, drug and weapons charges, battery on a child. Patricia, you have to deal with a lot of bad things. Does Boston have many more of these characters in its midst?
Boston has plenty more of those characters. Unfortunately, this is every day in Boston. The amount of criminals who are unlawfully here, who are released by the city of Boston and the state of Massachusetts, is unprecedented, and it's a public safety crisis. So people might remember this is a Haitian migrant shouting at President Trump. We can play that for everybody here. This was January 22nd. Just a reminder, everybody, this was in Boston.
I'm not going back to Haiti. Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro.
And then Boston yesterday, the mayor came out and said, not only are we going to defy the Attorney General, but she also has this as part of the Trust Act in Boston in terms of the sanctuary policy. The provisions have been instrumental in fostering a safe and welcoming environment for all residents, ensuring that immigrants can engage with local law enforcement without fear of deportation, thereby enhancing public safety and community trust. Is that, how do you look at that? Because I think that in practice you're saying that is not what is happening.
Sanctuary policies don't make anyone safer. They don't make the community safer. And as far as, the city of Boston and Mayor Wu not backing down, the men and women of ICE are not backing down. Unlike Mayor Wu, I was born and raised in Massachusetts. I grew up in Boston, and I know what a safe Boston looks like, and this isn't it. I know what a Boston looked like before sanctuary policies in the last 4 years under the previous administration. This is a public safety crisis. Sanctuary policies don't make anyone safer. It's just common sense. If you're here illegally, you've already shown a predisposition to not respect the laws of the country. And when you're here and you commit a crime, you should be turned over to ICE. That's common sense and returned back to where you came from.
Practically, then, how do you work within Boston and Massachusetts given this situation?
I prefer to say we like to work smarter, not harder, but we find ways to work around it. And the men and women of ICE, unlike Mayor Wu, we took an oath. And we swore to uphold our oath to protect the cities and the communities in where we work and where we live. And that's what we're going to do. Despite the obstacles, the men and women of ICE Boston and men and women of ICE in the whole entire country, that's what they do every day. While Mayor Wu is up having a press conference in talking about not working with ICE, the men and women of ICE are out working, making her community safer.
So I don't think many people don't realize, and Bill Maloogian explained it to me this morning, that your office oversees, it's like a region. It's not just the city of Boston or the state of Massachusetts. And there was a operation in Connecticut, and let me just pull up these 4 characters. The worst of the worst. We have sexual assault, obscene communication, harassment, drug, cocaine offensives, sexual assault, threatening, sexual assault, breach of police, a lot of sexual assault. Obviously, this is all happening in Connecticut, even though Connecticut also has the same type of policies. Are you just scratching the surface here? Is there a lot more to go?
There's a lot more to go. And fortunately for the men and women of ICE, under the leadership of President Trump, Secretary Noem, and Director Lyons, we are giving every tool and every resource we have to make our communities safer. And we're not going to stop. We're not going to back down. We're going to be there every time. And we are going to make sure that we make cities like Boston and cities across the country safe again, because that's what we took an oath to do.
I know that Secretary Noem, and through President Trump, and the One Big Beautiful Bill, there's resources there for you to be able to hire more people. Are you all hiring in your office?
Yes, we're hiring in all the offices. Everybody's getting more help, and we couldn't be more grateful for it.
All right. Patricia Hyde, it's great to talk to you. I've seen you out in the field with Bill Malhusian. Always very impressive and wonderful to have you on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.